Recording? I think it is. Hello, 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 hello. This is my first video blog thing because I hate to write, and I figured this would be a much, much more exciting way to document what I'm going to get on with when I finally have my year off, which is in 3 months' time, and I've done no planning because hello, planning. It's not the way people like me roll. I've also decided this is probably the best place in the flat for recording these videos in terms of lighting, which is might not be true at all times, but I've noticed that, like, it's pretty gray outside. The downside to it, of course, is that you can see all that shit behind me. Like, oh, there's the there's my laundry, there's the kitchen stuff, there's that rack that I broke when I had a drunken weekend. Sorry, TJ, I promise I'm going to replace that. But you might suggest, because if you've been to my house and if you've seen my bedroom, you might say, hey, Ruby, why don't you go there? What a nice place. That's because that room is, like, generally a pigsty and perfectly curated for when you arrive. It actually has a human who lives in it that actually isn't really very cool or stylish, and in fact is it's just clutter, like, this place. I am more likely, this is probably tidier than my bedroom would be, and it's not very tidy. Okay, so let's stop rambling. What's the point of this blog? Well, the point of it is I don't want to write, because fuck writing. I can't do it. It's too hard. Like, I don't want to leave any detail out. The humor of me doesn't come across. Also, this is kind of fun. Like, you get to see different types of, like, hair, and maybe one day I'll wear makeup. I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that day will come because I'll have the time. So, in terms of, do I have anything interesting to say? Probs not, bruh. But do I want you to hear it? Hells yeah. I haven't exercised in quite a while, but what I have been trying to do is go to yoga, because those people don't just make you do some fucking random ass shit. They make you think about it while you're doing it. So it's not just like, I gotta get through this one, which is what I've done for the last 10 years, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. But it's also like, you must let shit enter and exit your mind, and you must also feel your muscle moving. So, for example, today there's a guy who does this class on a Sunday morning at 9:30. It's probably the only thing that I definitely make sure I go to, and it's like fucking boot camp, man. That guy's like, oh, downward facing dog, chaturanga, which is like flat, and then he's like upward facing dog, which is like this. And then, oh, downward facing dog. And it's like, dude, fucking, that's a burpee, okay? That's a yoga burpee. You were tricking me with your, this is vinyasa flow yoga, to making me do fucking fancy ass dog damn burpees. Anyway, the point of it is, though, the guy does challenge you, and he doesn't allow anyone to sort of say, I mean, obviously at any point you can just chillax and be like, nah, I'm just going to be like downward, what do you call it? Oh, I forgot what they call it. It's very relaxing. It's something child's pose. But today's two exciting things that he tried to get us to do was to get us to, like, something like blah, which looks really easy because it looks like but I'm not doing it right. And this other thing where you do like a headstand and you actually hold yourself up. And I learnt from my last week. So this week I tucked my shirt into my pants so that half my jelly belly was not exposed to the entire studio. Because I think 50% of people are like me. They're like, this is exciting. I'm challenging myself. I'm learning. And the other 50% are showing off because they're drama queens. But hey, if I was super good at something, I'd probably show up just to make everyone else feel like an asshole too. So that's the exciting thing I did. The other exciting thing I did today was I went to lunch with my friend Jessie, who gave me her invite to her wedding. Oh, I got to do that thing that people do on YouTube. Look, can you see it? Can you see it? Look at the color scheme. So this is how I start my year off. I start my year off at the marriage of Jessie Lee and Fred Lee. How good is that? No one needs, like, this whole, like, unless they're going to do the Lee thing, which we'll probably have to have a conversation about. That's just perfect, really. No one need change a name, and the question need not even arise. So I'm starting with that. it's an evening reception at the Grounds of Alexandria because they just got married because like that's just how they do it. They're getting married with like 4 people there, probably most of whom are parents or dogs, unclear. The other thing that's happening next year is my friend Maz and her fiance Baz, who is also my friend. He has decided that we will be friends and they will get married in the Philippines in May. So that is a definite holiday booked in there in May. And then what else am I going to do the rest of the year? That's the question, isn't it? That's the question, and that's what this blog's all about. So, get used to the scenery. I will probably move around depending on lighting and things like that. And maybe when my room is looking like Insta perfect, we'll do stuff there. But like, I think I got a fun year ahead. I think you want to hear about it. I think a lot of stupid shit. Also, my hair looks pretty fucked up. I acknowledge that. There's no need to tell me about it. And this first video is probably only going to be like visible to people who already see me looking like this on a regular basis anyway. And then I'll decide whether or not to open it up. Oh my god, every time I look at that, the clothes rack, I feel guilty, TJ. It needs to be replaced. But I just can't do it today because everyone will be at Kmart. Can they deliver? That's such a good question. Alright, well, so this is my first video, and and it's funny because I look at myself, you know, when you film yourself, you look at yourself, but like you're actually a mirror image, so I feel like all of my hair is on the left, but like it's on the right on the screen. Anyway, what do you reckon? Good idea? Bad idea? Different lighting? Don't have the clothes rack in the background? Maybe I could just like, I don't know. Oh, I can show you a box that I'm filming this thing in. I didn't tell you. Part of the excitement is I went out and bought myself a fucking MacBook Pro. Somehow I'm going to tax deduct it. It's going to be tax deductible somehow. Apparently, god damn it, when people tell you shit. Like, I just bought it. I was like, yeah, I'll put it on tax. And then apparently you can't claim all of it on tax. This blog being part of the reason why, because how is this work related unless it suddenly becomes like my main form of income, which would be very unlikely. Because heads up, in general, I don't deal well with criticism and like trolls. Don't come near me because I might actually do something to you or to me, and like it's unpleasant. Alright, first video. What do you think? Bye.